that Dragonite has to be purified after that battle because it caught the smoke. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Ox here with another video. If you're new to the channel, we do upload Pokemon Go content mostly related to PvP, and if you're a returning subscriber like Aaron Weeks, thank you for the support. In today's video, we are taking a look at some more Master League Classic action. This time we are shoutcasting a set of battles submitted to the channel by KLCC158, and this is featuring a very strong team rated AAA and a B on PvPoke. This team consists of a Mewtwo lead running Psystrike and Ice Beam, so a little bit different than the usual Shadow Ball Focus Blast move sets. Palkia in the back running Dragon Breath instead of Dragon Tail, and then Lugia with Sky Attack, Aero Blast, and of course the recently buffed Dragon Tail. So when I first looked at this team in the submission, it really stood out to me. It looked like a very solid team, and when I checked out the rankings on PvPoke, it was a very solid team indeed. So very curious to see how this team works. If you have these Pokemon available to you, definitely a team I would recommend using, but we'll see how it performs in this video. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please make sure you smash that like button, it really helps the channel grow. Leave a comment in the comment section down below, and without any further ado, let's jump into the first battle right now. Alright, so as was mentioned in the intro, this looked like a very interesting team, and I started playing around with the movesets on PvPoke, and apparently, if you swap out the Draco Meteor on Palkia for Fire Blast, this team becomes quadruple A's across the board in the team builder, A's in every category, so definitely something to consider if you have these Pokemon available to you. Fire Blast also would catch a lot of opponents off guard. In this match right here, we see a Mewtwo into a Togekiss, and the opponent swaps out into Dialga. So first thing you're gonna notice about this team, although these three Pokemon do have some play against Dialga, none of them actually wins pretty much straight up against Dialga, right? So it tries to throw a Psystrike there and then swap out into the Lugia, but it is CMP tie, so they're forced to burn a shield here on the Mewtwo. Gonna build up to a Psystrike and then come in with the Lugia here. So Lugia definitely needs a bit of a health advantage in order to make this matchup close against the Dialga, so Iron Head comes through. Of course, Iron Head's not going to be doing too much to Lugia, but Thunder and Draco Meteor would really put a dent into it. So, gonna go for the Aero Blast right here. This will be doing heavy damage to Dialga, and the opponent lets it go through. That's gonna take out the Dialga right there. Coming back in with the Togekiss. Ideally here, you would like to get to the Aero Blast, but of course, it's very possible you won't reach it. So, just going for the guaranteed damage here, getting off this Sky Attack. You definitely want to chunk away at this Togekiss because it's a big threat to the Palkia, and the Mewtwo is a little bit low. It does take a lot of damage from those charms. So Mewtwo comes back in here, gonna shield up this move, and the Togekiss throws an Ancient Power. So at this point, Mewtwo should be able to get to 2 Psystrikes before the Togekiss gets to the next move. It's now a question of whether or not the opponent's going to burn their shield here or save it for their last Pokemon. They decide to let that go through. Instant swap into Palkia, and it's a Kyogre in the back. And because Kyogre actually has a shield advantage, this is typically a very good matchup for Palkia. But if they're running Blizzard plus a shield, this could be game right here. So is it a Blizzard? It's only a Thunder. That means Palkia is going to survive right here and should be able to take this game. So the opponent not having Blizzard there definitely cost them this match, because Blizzard would have probably been enough to win the game right here. Going for that Draco Meteor, showing no mercy to the opponent after getting the shield with the Aqua Tail. That's going to take out the Kyogre, and the Palkia is going to close out that game off to a 1-0 start in this set. Let's hop into the second battle. Crash Book 117. And we are going to be leading the Mewtwo once again into a Melmetal. So not the best matchup here for Mewtwo. Melmetal can win this into 2 shields, and of course not having Focus Blast or even Shadow Ball is going to make this a lot worse for the Mewtwo. So Rock Slide gonna come through here. Let's see if the Mewtwo is gonna stay in this matchup. Of course, depends on what the opponent does as well, if they want to burn shields. Going for the Psystrike here, but did build up to the Focus Blast. The opponent lets it go through, so a very ballsy call right there for the opponent. Rock Slide coming through again. The Mewtwo is getting very low. The opponent swaps out into an Yveltal, and they are definitely not expecting this Ice Beam coming through. Is it going to land? Bang! There it is, Yveltal catching the absolute smoke, and the Palkia here trying to farm down before it gets to the move. Dark Pulse coming through is going to get the shield from the Palkia, but they are loaded on energy here. Let's see what the opponent is going to do. You can see in that case, Ice Beam definitely paid off. And now here comes the Melmetal once again. This Palkia is still very healthy because of that shield. Going for the Aqua Tail. You can see chunks away quite a bit at the Melmetal. Nothing here should be enough to take out the Palkia, so No shield coming through there. Rock Slide could definitely take another one. The opponent swaps out into Dialga and going for the Aqua Tail bait here. A very risky play, but the opponent kind of has the shield, right? They can't risk it at this point, and they do. So getting that shield is huge here. Lugia is going to come in, but this is still a very difficult matchup because the Dialga has a big energy lead, and it is a winning matchup for the Dialga in general. Lands the Draco Meteor as well, so that is absolutely massive. But now the Dragon Breaths are doing less damage, so going for the Sky Attack right here. Is the opponent going to shield this up? They do, and now the Lugia should be able to get to another Sky Attack here, but will this be enough to take out the Dialga right here? The Melmetal in the back still has some health. Not enough to take it out. Swaps out to Melmetal. Here comes the Mewtwo. Oh my goodness. Needs to shield this, but they basically need to commit to the farm down here because I'm pretty sure that Dialga left with a move. They debuffed themselves, but they're able to get to the move, and this means it's going to be a GG. Superpower coming through. Lugia basically needs the farm to move, not going to be able to do it. Can it farm down Dragon Tail first? Nope. The Dialga does have the move ready. Very well played by the opponent right there. Swapping out of that matchup with the move ready to go on the Dialga for the win at the end of the game right there. A very heads up play and a very, very strong win right there from the opponent. 1-1 heading into match number 3. And we're going to be seeing a Mewtwo lead once again into another Melmetal lead. Okay, so let's see how they play it out this time. Of course, last time did build up to the Focus Blast, and we saw the no shield from the opponent. Looks like they're doing the same thing right here. I believe it's 9 Psycho Cuts to the Focus Blast, so going for the Psystrike right here. It does get the shield, so very nice. And the opponent's going to go for the Rock Slide. Mewtwo is going to match the shield here. Okay, so very interesting. Let's see how this plays out. Probably going to build up to another Focus Blast right here, and once again, going for the bait. Is the Melmetal going to burn the second shield? Has a lot of energy. They let it go through. So now at this point, things aren't looking too good for the Mewtwo. Rock Slide coming through. Going to build up to another Rock Slide. This shouldn't be enough to KO. Will the Mewtwo shield? No, gonna let it go through. Opponent might swap out to Snipe, I should say, not swipe. Here comes the Psystrike, and that goes through. And of course, at this point, the Melmetal going to win that. And they have some energy, so not the best situation right here. Going to have to take a move from this Melmetal, but the Palkia will get an energy lead. Of course, if they have a Dialga in the back, it's going to be very hard to come back from this game. And there is the Dialga in the back. So let's see if they go for the Draco Meteor. Didn't actually build up all the way, but it's pretty hard to count Dragon Breath, right? So going for the bait right here. Opponent shields, swaps out into the Lugia right here. So at this point, Lugia, super bulky, going to shield up in case it is a potential Draco Meteor. Even a Thunder would hurt a lot. Kyogre in the back, so let's see how this plays out. Going to be going for the Aeroblast, and I believe Aeroblast actually does have a chance of increasing the user's attack as well. So Aeroblast coming through, bang! There it is, delayed bang, holy smokes. Was not expecting to do that much damage, but that is a heavy hitting move. Surf does nothing in comparison. Dialga comes back in. Lugia wants to get off this move right here. Is the Sky Attack going to be enough to take out the Dialga right here? If it's not, the opponent needs to commit to the farm down. They actually throw. Oh my goodness, the opponent decides to throw. But if the Palkia has a move ready, no, it doesn't have a move because Palkia could win CMP there against Dialga, but it didn't have the move ready. The opponent could have potentially won that game there if they farmed down and actually got to an Iron Head. Not sure if they would have. However, if they did, definitely could have cost them the game right there. So GG's, take that win, of course. Hopping into the next battle, we got Mewtwo into a Shadow Dragonite. So very spicy pick here for the Master League Classic. Very strong pick as well, but let's see how this plays out right here. Going to shield the first move should be a Dragon Claw coming through. You can see those Dragon Breaths already did so much damage to the Mewtwo. Opponent swaps out into a Metagross, so let's see if they're going to shield this up. Could be a Shadow Ball. They're going to decide to shield, so that's very nice. Having another move ready to go on the Mewtwo. And of course, Mewtwo going to win CMP about just about anything in the Master League. So here comes the Palkia, throwing the Aqua Tail. Metagross going to let that go through. And the Palkia in return is going to let this Meteor match. Oh no, it's an Earthquake! So that's going to be doing a lot of damage right there. Very well played from the opponent. You love to see this lag right here, but still able to get to the Aqua Tail. Let's see if this goes through on the Metagross. They decide to shield up and they're going to commit to the farm down right here. So they should be absolutely loaded on energy. Will they come in with the Mewtwo? Yes, they are, because they have that Psystrike ready. Very heads up play here. Going to get rid of all of that energy on the Metagross. And that is very unfortunate for the opponents. You can see CMP tie right there. The Mewtwo taking advantage of that high attack stat, knows that they would win CMP. Landorus in the back. Here comes the Lugia. and this looks like a GG. So Stone Edge still going to hurt. Let's see how much it's going to do right here. Stone Edge coming through. That is some pretty heavy damage on a bulky freak of nature like Lugia. And at this point, definitely want to shield this up. Stone Edge coming through. And the Lugia going to be going for the Sky attack right here. And actually going to undercharge. So very interesting play. That's actually quite a bit of an undercharge. They might have to throw the Sky attack here. Able to farm down a very risky play. Definitely was within the Stone Edge range. But they land us. Oh my goodness. Did you guys see that Aero Blast right there? That might be worthy of an instant replay, to be honest. Because that was Godzilla like coming out of the mouth. Bang on the Dragonite. Turning that Shadow Dragonite into a normal Dragonite after that. That Dragonite has to be purified after that battle because it caught the smoke. Mewtwo into Giratina Alter. This is a horrible lead for Mewtwo. And I mean, it's horrible in the sense that it's losing, but Mewtwo still applies so much pressure because it hits so hard, right? So going to go for the Psystrike right here. And let's see if the opponent shields up. They do indeed shield. So not a winning matchup here for Mewtwo, but going to be able to land this Ice Beam. This might go through here on the Giratina Altered. They decide to double shield. Wow, okay, so Mewtwo here, probably going to let the shield go. Yeah, so Shadow Sneak comes through and swaps out into Palkia. Thing about this team is here comes Dialga. Typically, when you see this team, it's going to be Giratina, Dialga, and then either Kyogre or Togekiss for the most part. That's the team comp you see here. Wow! Palkia just took out these Dialga, so I completely forgot to mention that right there. But basically, because the opponent had 0 shields, coming with Dialga into a Palkia means you're going to get hit by the Draco, and Palkia is actually going to win that match, especially because it had an energy lead, so it didn't have to use the shield right there. Lugia comes in, it's a Giratina in the back, and because they came with Dialga with 0 shields, I'm assuming they don't have a Togekiss. It's probably a Kyogre in the back here, but okay, it is a Togekiss, so I think it would have made more sense for the opponent to come in with the Togekiss against the Palkia there, given the situation they found themselves in, because Draco Meteor would not KO a Togekiss, but it would KO a Dialga shields down. Look at this lag right here. Absolutely horrendous, but amazingly, the Lugia somehow managed to survive through that lag and gets this Sky attack, which is going to prove to be the difference in this game because the Giratina is going to come back in, get farmed down Mewtwo in the back with the extra Pokemon, going to win that game. A 4-1 set right there. GG's. So those were the battles in the Master League Classic, featuring a very solid team consisting of a Mewtwo in the lead, Palkia and Lugia in the back. This team very highly rated on PvPoke, and as you saw in this video, it performs very well. A nice amount of coverage, very well balanced team, and I highly recommend it if you have these Pokemon available to you. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, commenting, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.